ladies and gentlemen. I'm Joseph Norwich, Senior Trading Manager with GDM. Today's session outlook, we're going to be talking about the euro. We can see that it's actually forming a double top. However, it surged to a 6-month high around 1.0950. As we can see, this is the major resistance on the euro versus the dollar, and that is, of course, on the support of the European data that it's coming out daily. And of course we can see that inflation is also propping up, it's boosting. And of course also we're seeing that from France, the eccentric Emmanuel Macron is of course taking a little bit of better performance on the TV debate. Of course, that is ahead of this week's general elections, and this is the final round on the presidential elections in France. And of course, we're seeing that the euro, it's rising to its highest point earlier. This is against the dollar. And of course, we're looking at further gains, of course, throughout the day. However, there is, of course, important fundamentals during the trading day. And this is coming out of the United States, mostly non-farm payrolls and unemployment data out of the United States, of course, key average weekly earnings, as well as labor force participation, and of course the key Janet Yellen speech later into the day. Before that, of course, we're going to see Standard Fisher also giving a speech. Also looking at Baker Hughes oil rigs. Of course, we're looking at a very serious decline in oil prices. But let's have a look further on the rest of the currency pairs and commodities, how they're pricing in, looking for further sidelines on the pound versus the dollar. Same case scenario on the yen, after of course achieving our final objective in yesterday's session around 113, and this is just before the 113.20, which is the major resistance on dollar yen. Of course, the key sentiment today for oil prices, that would be the Baker Hughes oil rigs. But of course, we see that oil have also slid to another low at 43.80, and that was on the previous session. Mostly the decline was on building stocks, and of course the inability of the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries to actually extend the output cut and of course prop up prices. But for now, we're looking for serious decline on oil prices. However, the volatility have diminished significantly at this stage, so we're going to stay on the sidelines in the meantime. Of course, we're going to look at gold prices because the support area at 12.28 is holding for now, which is of course a key area towards the 1200. So therefore, we're looking for some actually upside on gold prices above the key 50 exponential moving average. That's about 1242 when the price meets the moving average, and of course further on to 1255 and a possible 1262. However, this is also a speculation which we're right now looking for further signs on the chart towards this upside that we're expecting to happen. However, right now we're going to stay on the sidelines, look for further confirmation, and then of course a signal for further instructions, and of course upside should that happen. For now, of course, thank you very much for joining us, and of course I'm going to meet you again next week, but on Tuesday, because on Monday is a holiday, and that is of course on St. George, which is tomorrow. Thank you very much for joining us. See you next week. Bye-bye.